Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephanie and this is Conversations with Steph. Last time on the last episode where I talked about the 5 easy tips to effective communication, I mentioned us getting tripped up in conversation at times. And today I'd like to continue that conversation around how we can get tripped up when communicating, whether we're speaking with our friends, whether we're speaking with our loved ones, whomever it is, we can certainly get tripped up. One of the things I've pondered upon and it came out to me that, you know what, this would help not only our conversations be richer, but our relationships, right, be more, I guess, deeper, connected, authentic is the word I'm looking for. There you go. Authenticity is important, right, in relationships. And part of having authenticity is the fact that, well, we have to be able to kind of be true to ourselves. And so for today, I'll be talking a little bit about vulnerability. Briefly, I'd like to read you the definition from dictionary. It says, the quality or state of being exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed, either physically or emotionally. Well, obviously, for today's conversation, it's really going to be vulnerability from an emotional perspective, right? Because I'm talking about conversations, I'm talking about relationships where the definition, right, is this kind of exposure to being attacked or harmed where you're putting yourself in that position. When we think of vulnerability, like economic vulnerability, for example, right, or environmental vulnerabilities, we're panicking like, oh no, like polar ice caps are melting, we don't have enough food, we have a homelessness problem, etc., etc. And the list goes on in ways that countries are vulnerable, people are vulnerable, and that is scary. And of course, the idea is stay away, stay away. So I can understand how all of those type of vulnerabilities then translate into, then why would I be vulnerable? Why would I expose my emotions and be vulnerable? Because let's face it, as people, our feelings, right, our emotions lead us, right, lead us into being vulnerable, right, where we can be hurt, where we can be attacked, if you will, for sharing them. And so the natural instinct is like, oh, I'm going to shut down, I'm going to pull away, I'm not going to speak up. However, right, when we're not practicing vulnerability, we also don't get to experience the fruits of being vulnerable, which allows space emotionally, right? Emotional vulnerability allows you space to thrive and grow and be more connected with yourself when you're vulnerable, which then in turn brings about more connectivity with others. And then before you know it, you're moving around in a circle of authenticity where there is a safe space and environment with others and like-minded people you can practice vulnerability with. Now, I'm not saying the first person you see, you start practicing some vulnerability, because it might not go so well, so be cautious. But be thoughtful, be intentional in the way that you practice vulnerability. And so I can share this. I found that vulnerability is something that takes courage and it takes strength. You get nervous, you get scared, you sweat, you don't want to do it, but then when you push through and then you keep practicing the act of vulnerability, you're able to reap those benefits. You're able to have conversations, you're able to express your true emotions, right? Whether it's hurt, whether it's feeling ashamed, whether it's feeling sad or joy, or feeling seen, feeling loved, and kind of saying, you know, I really appreciated that thing, or I really appreciated that phone call. I feel seen, I feel loved. I haven't felt seen or appreciated in a while. Or, hey, that hurt me. You know, when you said that thing, it made me feel small. It made me feel like you did not love me or care about me when you said that. And so therefore it caused me to want to pull away from you. It caused me to maybe want to end that friendship. And so sharing examples, and I'm giving examples, but sharing things along those lines, right? In your relationships, in your conversations, in your communication with other people can really make it a richer experience and a more authentic experience, and both your needs being met, whether it's them having a better understanding of why you felt the way you felt or why you reacted that way, or you feeling free for kind of honoring yourself, right? And sharing that. So that's one of those things where I find that conversations lead the way to relationships, relationship lead to, community, and so on and so forth. And so if we want to improve our community units, family, whatever you want to say, we need to be able to have a great line of communication. I would say vulnerability can do a lot. I'll get into more details next video about, vulnerability and all that entails with it. Even I'll throw out some resources for those who want to check it out. But here I am just kind of saying, give it a try. It might feel like you're taking a leap off a cliff. It might feel like you're taking a deep dive without a scuba tank. But the reality is you'll come out okay. You'll be okay. Give it a try and see if that starts to change the dynamics of some of your conversations and relationships in your life. Until next time, this is Stephanie. I'll see you then. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day and a great evening wherever you're watching from.